We're good. We're live. Okay. So we had a little bit of a hiccup last week. I'm Jessica Lewis again, and I'm still the founder of Sculpt Your Life, and I'm still here to teach Tai Chi as I do every Wednesday at the Cancer Support Community. But we're normally live on first and third Wednesdays. But last Wednesday we were live for precisely 2 minutes before the signal just died. So we decided to stream again this week. And so y'all online get to have like a little bird's eye view into the way I talk to and work with the people that are in the room just by themselves. We're going to pretend that you're just a fly on the wall today and I'm just working with the people in the room. Okay. So it's going to be a good, a good little, you know, microscopic peek into what it's like to be in a live class. So all that being said, now I'm just going to get down to business of working with my people. So who here feels like you may want to do all or some of the practice seated today? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. All right. So we have at least one, I think two, but she looks shy. So you want to raise your hand. People who will be doing at least part, if not all, the practice seated. All right. So first, let's just get more in tuned with the body before we even get up and move. In fact, actually, what I think I'll do is, like usual, when I have a mixed class, I'm going to do the first couple of moves seated. And I may at that point stand up, or I may not. I may just decide to stay seated the whole time. And for those of you who know the practice, if you want to stand up, you're perfectly welcome to do that at any time. But let's just go ahead and get more tuned into what's going on in our individual inner landscapes. We've all been through a lot of stuff the last couple of days, right? So see if you can find that really comfortable and very balanced position for your upper body. We're looking for that sweet spot for your entire upper body where it feels so comfortably stacked on top of your pelvis. You know how your pelvis has, curvy sit bones at the bottom. So they're kind of balanced there on the chair, like the bottom stone of a little stack of stones. And the rest of you is balanced on top of that. But the test of whether or not you have found just the most balanced and easiest way to sit here in this chair is if you're leaning back against your chair, just scooch a little forward so that you're in charge of your own uprightness rather than the back of the chair. And then check in with the muscles in your core, especially your belly and your back. I want you to see if they are working to hold you up. If they are working, see if you can find a position for your upper body in which they don't have to work. And then with your mind's eye, I want you to just start to look around your insides. And let your attention just kind of settle down onto a spot somewhere right in the middle of your body. I think I'm going to focus on the sensation of my sit bones pushing down into the chair. And let's go ahead and call the bell. And your whole job until I call you back is just to notice whatever it is you've chosen to pay attention to. And here we go. Go ahead and bring your attention back to the room. And open your eyes if they were closed. I do tend to close my eyes when we do that first exercise. But I feel like I can look at what's going on in there more easily if I'm not seeing everything in the room. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to start the practice seated and let's get going with rocking motion. And just feel your whole upper body kind of shifting backwards and forwards or forwards and backwards. And here we go. We're just going to let the hands, to the best of your ability, mostly be moved by the movement of the upper body. Nice. Really tune in your attention to your weight shift. And when you get as far back as you're going to shift, that's the moment when the hands just turn around. Yeah. And when you get as far forward as you're going to shift, that's the moment when the hands just turn around. That's it. Nice. Ah, really check in with your arms and just see if you're using any muscles, especially in your shoulders, unnecessarily. It took me years to notice I was really lifting my arms higher than I needed to lift them. I think what really worked for me was just visualizing my arms moving sort of the same way willow branches move in a breeze. Nice. Really nice. Let me do three more. And here's our last one. Just feel your body at rest. Don't quote me, but I kind of feel like when you're doing the practice seated, if you want to close your eyes during the rest portions, that's okay. I do it a lot. I've never been arrested, so I figure it's okay. There's no such thing as Tai Chi police or anything like that. Okay, let's do bird flaps its wings. So we're going to put the hands really close together here. Here we go. Again, we're just letting the whole body drift a little bit forward and a little bit back. Nice. Nice. Let's do another set. We'll do two more sets. Nice. And let's do one more set. Nice. And let's just take a moment to feel the body at rest. Really nice. Let's do around the platter. I'm facing all three of you, so I'm going to mirror it to you. Okay. So you guys go ahead and put your left foot just a little bit out there. And we're going to put our hands near the back of the platter. And again, really tune into the movement of your upper body and especially the expansion and contraction of your belly. Okay. Because the minute you're done moving forward and your belly's done expanding, no matter where your arms are in space, they're done moving forward. Okay. And the proof that you've got all that synced up is when you're about as far forward as you're going to go, your hands are going to be at roughly midnight if you were looking at a clock face. Right? And when you're as far backwards as you're going to shift, your hands are going to be roughly at 6 if you were looking at a clock face. Okay, so here we go. That's it. And no matter which foot is out there, that's the direction that the hands flow out. So right now they're flowing out over your left leg. Right. Nice. Let's do one more. And we're going to rest. Nice. And let's do it with your right foot out. So the hands are going to switch positions, switch directions now, I should say. If you glance down on them, you'll notice they're going counterclockwise now. Let's do one more. And just feel your body resting. Nice. Let's just stay put and we'll do around the platter variation in the chair as well. So go ahead and place your left foot out there. Here we go. So just a little change in the hands, right about here. And then it's gone. Yeah, it's like you have a little ball of energy between your hands for a few moments. Nice. One more. Feel your body resting. And let's do the other side. And remember your right foot is out now. So you want your hands to flow counterclockwise. That's it. That's it. Does it feel better? To me, it does. I've done it the wrong way a bunch of times. I'm like, something doesn't feel right. And then I figure it out. Let's make this our last one. Uh, I just used the word wrong. I didn't mean to. So I've done it with the opposite of which foot is sticking out there a couple of times over the years. And I've noticed it doesn't feel as good to me. I don't know. I can't even explain it. I've just noticed that. Did you notice that it felt a little different? Yeah. It's so funny. We don't know why. Why does the human hand have 5 fingers? We don't know why. We just don't know why. So why don't we do carry the ball to the side, seated, and I may stand up. I may not. I'm really enjoying sitting down. It's been a long couple of days, right? And but if y'all want to stand up, you're perfectly welcome to do it. But let's start on your right side though. So we're going to just let this part of the body, except for the head, turn that way, and we're just going to put the hands up here, sort of in the hole that used to be occupied by your right shoulder. Yeah. And just relax the elbows and the hands, and then we're just going to let the turning carry them across the bottom. That's it. And just bend the elbows. That's it. And on the third one, we're going to take a moment to feel the body at rest. That's it. Let's do it again, starting on your right. And we're going to rest. And again. And we're going to rest. Nice. And let's do the other side now. So we'll start on your left. Here we go. And we're going to rest. Nice. Again. Nice. And one more time. And let's feel the body at rest. Nice. I'll tell you what, let's change the order of things. Let's do passing clouds, working the pulley, and then I think I'll stand up at that point. Okay. So I'm going to keep mirroring you. It's working today, so let's just keep doing using what's working, right? Let's go ahead and let the upper body, except for your head, turn towards your left. We're just going to place this hand up. Good. Awesome. We're going to do passing clouds. It's just like the move we just did, only the hands are going to move independently. Here we go. And then the right hand's going to come in on the bottom. That's it. And they're just going to switch over here. And they're just going to switch over here. Nice. It's all good. As long as you're moving smoothly and, kind of circuitously and softly, it's all good. And we're going to do one more set here. And we're going to flow right back to rest. Take a breath, let it out. Feel your body resting. Good. Let's do working the pulley. So we're going to place the left foot a little bit out there, and we're going to bend the left elbow and just rotate the lower right arm. Okay, I'm going to break it apart into little pieces, but it'll make sense, I promise. So we're going to let this whole part of the body, except for the head, turn a little bit towards your right. Okay, so here we go. This is about as far as I can go. Oops, you know what? The back of my chair is in the way, so I'm going to scooch a little bit farther forward. But this is about as far as I can comfortably go. If I go any further, I'm going to have to use my back muscles, right? So I'm just going to let the front hand drop down and turn over, and then I'm going to make like a semicircle with this back elbow. That's it. Yeah. And now I'm going to let the upper body, except for the head, turn towards my left, your left. That's about as far as I can go. And then this guy's going to drop down, and this guy's going to semicircle in the back. That's it. And now we're just going to let it fly. That's it. That's it. Let's do one more. Mm, feel the body resting. And let's do the other side. So y'all gonna place your right foot a little bit out there. Right hand, left hand, that's it. Again, just feel the turning of the body, kind of pushing one hand forward and one back, and then drop the front hand down, semicircle the back elbow. Yeah, here we go. Drop the front hand, circle the back, drop the front hand, circle the back. That's it. Let's do one more set here. Feel your body at rest. Nice. So I think I'm going to stand up, but y'all do not need to. Let's just see. How about you? But I'm very warm now. Do you feel warmer? Yeah. Yeah, I'm very warm now. All right. So let's do some of the forward back moves we left out. So we'll go back to bass drum. All right, I'm going to mirror to you. Let all of the weight drain out of your left leg, and then you're just going to extend your left knee. That's it. And the hands are going to come here. And we're just going to flow forward and back again. That's it. That's it. Nice. And let's do one more. I wore those funky shoes again that have too much of a heel. But luckily there's like a lip to the rug here, so it's kind of making up for the fact that the front of my foot is a little bit lower to the ground than I wanted. So here we go. That's it. Nice. Let's do one more. And we're going to rest. Just feel your feet touching the ground. I'm going to turn sideways to all of you because I want you to see something here. Let's do daughter on the mountaintop. And see if you can let all the weight from your left foot drop down into your right, and your whole right leg, actually. So you're going to feel the leg filling up and you're going to feel the knee bending. And then when your left leg feels empty, just extend the knee. So I want you, before we go anywhere, notice that the full leg is bent and the empty leg is straight. That's important because in a moment they're going to switch. Just turn the hands over. Now let's flow forward till the rear leg is empty and straight and the front leg is bent and full. And then back. That's it. And remember, this is actually the same way that we're supposed to walk, right? You put all your weight in one leg before you extend the other leg, and then you put all the weight into that leg. That's usually the way we walk safely. Let's put it that way. But as we age, we begin to shuffle. It's a little bit more complex as we age. Or we get achy joints. It's not our fault. Let's do one more. No problem. No problem. If it's too much, sit down. Because there's nothing less than about doing the practice seated. It's just as powerful. So here we go. We're going to let all the weight drain into the left leg now, and then we're going to extend the empty right leg. Here we go. Let's do one more. Nice. Good. You okay, Connie? You good? Go grab your chair. Yeah. Let's do daughter in the mountaintop, right? And you know how to move forward and back in the chair. You're really good at it now, so you're just going to do it the same way. For those of us who are standing, though, we're going to let as much of the weight drain into the right leg as we can. And we're all going to put our left foot out there. It's just if you're seated, it's only going to be a little bit. All right, here we go. And the upper bodies of all of us are going to move the exact same way. It's just that if you're standing, it's going to move a little farther. Nice. It's good. Let's do one more. And let's do the other side. Oops. Let's do one more. Very nice. Let's do push pull. And we'll start with the left foot out there. And here we go. Nice. One more. Really nice. Let's do the other side. So now I'm mirroring again. Good. We all have the right foot out. Here we go. One more. Hmm. Nice. Since most of us are seated, I'm going to sit back down for pull and tappy, at least the first part. Maybe we'll do a couple extra sets. All right, so let's let the upper body for this family of moves turn from side to side, except for the head. Okay, so we're all going to let the upper body turn towards your right, and just notice which shoulder comes out in front when that happens. It should be this one, right? And so that arm's going to go here, and the other arm is just going to slide up on top. Yeah. And then when the upper body turns towards the left, it's going to pull the hands apart. That's it. And then we're going to come back to rest right in the middle. That's it. That's it. All right, let's go the other way. We're turning. There goes the lower arm, and the other arm goes right above it and pulls the hands apart. That's it. And we're going to rest right here. Let's do one more set like that with me. Zip it. Here we go. Good. That's it. And for those of you who'd like to stay seated, stay seated. I'm going to stand up. All right. So here we go. Let's all do it together though. Good. Nice. I'm going to turn around so we're all headed the same direction. Right arm is on the bottom now. Let's do one more set like this. Left arm is on the bottom now. Right arm is on the bottom now. And we're just going to rest here. Feel the body resting. Very nice. Let's do anchor tapping. So it would be variation number one of the same move we just did, which means we're going to go forward and back and then side to side. I know. My knees cracked too. That's a big change for me in the last couple of years. Like, I still love to squat and kneel and, sit in all these funky poses, but when I get up now, I hear a pop pop in each knee. It doesn't hurt. They're just noisy. I think that they're very noisy. My favorite family doctor always used to tell me, noise without pain in your joints is really no big deal, but when you start to have noise and pain, that's when you really gotta worry. Ah, all right. Let's do one more here. Ah, let's feel the body resting. But sometimes I feel like one of the main benefits of this practice is that moving in this soft way keeps the joints, I think, more supple, you know? Yeah. 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 You start to notice it. Yeah. 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 You are doing all the things. It's interesting. Well, if you think about it, you've been working all day. Yeah. And now you're really missing that Santa Fe house, I bet. Really missing that Santa Fe house now. Yeah. That's a lot of steps. Ah, my gosh. All right, so we're just going to feel the body at rest here. And we're going to do wrist circles, Taffy, and we're going to see if we can find a way for the body to move almost like it's bobbing up and down in the water. Like you're not doing anything. It's literally bobbing up and down on the water. So here we go. It's mostly just a very gentle forward and backward move. And then we're going to just very gently turn, and we're going to very gently turn. And most of the reason why I feel as if these moves are analgesic, I think that's the right word to use, is because a few years ago I really messed up my right shoulder. Like I probably should have had surgery. I somehow managed to get away with just PT. But there were certain Tai Chi Chuan moves that I shouldn't have been able to do. And not only was I able to do them, but if I did them as softly and smoothly as possible, they actually made my pain diminish. That's that's what I'm talking about. Let's do one more set of this. Just like you're sitting in a boat and just sort of gently shifting from side to side and gently moving up and down. And right here, we're just gonna rest. Ah, nice. And let's go ahead and do perpetual motion tapping, but we'll just do it with one arm at a time this time. So here we go. And if you're sitting, you're just going to continuously turn from side to side. That's going to be the only difference between sitting and standing, because there won't be any involvement in your legs. Let's do one more set. Mm, nice. And let's do light at the top of the head, light at the temple. You know what? You guys are all sitting, so I'm going to sit down too. In fact, I'm going to sit a little bit sideways so everybody can see me slightly from the side. So here we are, just resting in the chair. And let's scoop up a little bit of chi and bring it all the way up to the very top of your head if this feels comfortable. And we're just going to let our body shift slightly backwards and slightly forwards, kind of pulling the hands together and pushing them apart. Good. And we're going to pull our own energy up and out and kind of mix it with the cosmic soup. And then we're going to hold. Good. And let's feel the whole upper body contract a little bit here and then expand. Just going to fold the energy up in on your chest and feel your body resting. And let's do the second half. So up to your temples this time. Mixing forward. And hold. Good. Fold the energy up and in. And let's do joyous breath. I'm going to turn my seat a little sideways so the back of my chair doesn't get in the way of my arm gestures here. So here we go. We're going to exhale all the air out of our lungs with that special breath as we sort of shift backwards and contract here. So here we go. And just turn the hands over and pull up, almost like you're lifting something heavy with both your hands. Good. It's one long inhale and one long exhale, but in 4 parts. Good. One more. Good. And let's just kind of come back to neutral here. Good. And let's do 6 healing sounds, but it'll be easy for you all to follow me if you're seated, if I'm standing. So I'm going to stand up and we'll all go the same direction. This way it'll be easy peasy. And just your upper bodies only. Don't even worry about your legs and feet in this one, okay? So first your upper body and your left hand are going to come forward. And your upper body and both hands are going to go forward again. And now you're going to turn from your right to your left. Now your upper body and your right hand, your upper body and both hands, and you're going to turn or flow from your left to your right. Let's do the whole thing again. One more set. Now we're just going to flow from side to side. One more. Now for seated folks, don't worry a single bit about what's going on in the lower half. But if you're standing with me, you're going to let your left heel kind of kiss your right ankle. And all of us will let our arms raise up to about the level of the shoulders. The fingers are going to overlap, and your left hand is going to be the one that's closer to your body than the right. And let's flow back to rest. And let's spend just a couple more moments in silence with the singing bowl, just tuning back in to the inner landscape. First, find that totally comfortable, balanced, effortless position for your upper body. And let your mind's eye dive in and just sort of settle, settle, settle on a particular spot, somewhere in the middle of your body, inside. Now that we've hopefully each picked a spot to focus our attention on, let's go ahead and call the bell. Here we go. go ahead and bring your attention back to the room. Nice. Wait, we've had quite a lot going on in the last couple of days. I don't know about you, but I was that feeling kind of worn out when I got here, but now I feel fine. This is perfect. Yeah. So, online folks, it was really good to see you again, and we'll see you again next month, Wednesday, because that'll be the first Wednesday of February. Right? Same bat time, same bat channel right here. And again, my name is Jessica Lewis, and the name of my company is Sculpt Your Life, and the name of this practice is Tai Chi, and we're here at the Cancer Support Community week after week. And of course, if you are someone who is dealing with a cancer diagnosis or a caregiver for someone who is dealing with a cancer diagnosis, you are eligible to be here for free every week. Just reach out to my supervisor here at the Cancer Support Community. Her name is Erica Narducci. She's the program director, and she will help you be here. But otherwise, we're just going to say goodbye to our online friends, and we'll see you all again next week.